What's up, everybody? We're here chilling. This episode of Bonbon and Friends. We got Christian in the house. What's up, Christian?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me. Congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you and Anissa.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, good memories.
We've had, Christian and I go way back.
Yes, sir.
To our background days.
Mm-hmm.
Humble beginnings.
Disney.
And whatnot.
Disney Channel.
Yeah. But before Disney Channel, we all had a dream of not doing background, but, pursuing this entertainment industry world. So let's jump into it. Christian, thank you so much. We're actually here at Christian's place. There's some cool artwork. This is your artwork that you've done, right?
Yeah, this is my artwork. Yeah, it's one of my passions.
Yeah, one of them.
One of them.
Yeah. So Christian, let's start from the beginning, dude. Let's start what kind of world were you brought into?
So I'm an LA native, proud Angelino.
Not too many out here, I feel, because everyone comes from. No, you don't meet too many people from LA in LA.
I agree. There's a lot of dreamers out there that want to make that dream of, acting, modeling, and there's no better place to do it than Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So we're from here.
Yeah.
And for us to just dive into this world, being Latinos, it's a blessing, I would say. It wasn't in my deck of cards to get into acting because I don't have any family members that I know of. I'm like first generation. My parents moved here from Guatemala, and it wasn't like, hey, you're getting into acting. You know what I mean? It was just like school. You know what I mean?
So you weren't born in Guatemala, were you, or were you?
No,
born?
I was born here. I was born in East LA, General's Hospital, but I grew up. I'm from K-Town, Koreatown, Central Los Angeles. Born and raised. Really tough, bro. Growing up in Central LA.
Yeah. What were your parents doing at the time when you were born?
Well, my mom, she was in the jewelry business. So right in the heart of LA, downtown LA,
Oh, yeah.
So she worked there. She was like a career jeweler, sewed and stuff, gold, silver. My dad, he was a mechanical technician. He's really, really, really smart. So he knows how to get into things, pick them apart, put them together, computers, anything. It's microscopic things. It's just so he was a mechanical technician, worked for this company called St. John's Bay, the clothing line. I don't know if you're familiar with St. John, but he was there for 16 years in Irvine before he retired. So that's what he did. Yeah. And today he's currently just traveling back and forth to Guatemala because he has a house over there, and he's into art. He's dude, his art is insane.
So it runs in the family for sure.
Oh yeah. He definitely taught me how to draw when I was a kid. He taught me soccer, boxing, pretty much what he knew. And I'm grateful today because most of my skill, when I get friends tell me, dude, you're multi-talented. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of that comes from my dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how much our parents get. Wherever our parents are, we get that from when we're born. Whatever they go through, we get what they're going through.
Oh, for sure.
And what their traits are, whatever, their skills, they pass it down to us.
Yeah, and I think about that today, Bonbon, because I'm grateful for my parents, man, because I in the real world, for you to get good parents to do their best to give you a good life, you know, I wasn't rich growing up or anything, but they legit worked and they were great, they weren't no judgment here, but they weren't really into drinking or just drugs, or they just were legit hardworking parents.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I think about that, and I'm just grateful for both of them, man. I'm so fortunate to have them in my life, and just diving into acting, man. Everything I do is not only am I doing it for the Latino culture, but I'm doing it for the family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They moved out here to give us a better life. So if we fail them, then we're like,
Yeah.
then
No reason to fail.
We effed up. You know what I'm
Look
saying?
what they were able to do
Exactly.
in order for us to pursue what we want to pursue in life.
Exactly.
Now, growing up, were you close with any of your cousins? Did you have brothers and sisters?
I have an older brother named Pierre. Yeah, he's like my only brother. So he was always he was in his like own little world, I would say. Like he was like the bad boy, the troublemaker, like the pretty boy. Like all the girls in my grade were like in love with him, and he was always like getting into fights and just I like always looked up to him. You know what I mean? I mean I still do. You know what I mean? But I was always like just playing with my friends like tag, and I was like the good kid. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
But yeah, him and I like we're very close today. Like, you know, he works at LAX. He's a manager at Air France. Great. I don't know. So he's doing well. But yeah, and then all my girl cousins live in the Valley. So
Okay. Cool.
They were Valley girls, as we say.
Yeah, legit Valley girls.
Legit Valley girls. Yeah.
So where was the spark? Do you think that it seems like your family, your parents, you got that artistry in you already? Did you knew already at a young age what you wanted to do in life? Or did it take you a while?
It took. I'll tell you where it started. I think that what set me apart from my friends was that I've always been a dreamer, you know, and I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say when I say dreamer. Like, I feel like a lot of people settle for just like the average Joe job or just, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but
aspire for something bigger.
Yeah, it's like I've always been like, man, like looking at movies and commercials and just like, it was something inside of my head that was always like I want to do that. Like, I want to be on TV. You know what I'm saying? But the question is, like, growing up in a neighborhood, it's like, how are you gonna do that?
With no connections, with no one to like guide you, or
not even like my parents, you know, because it's like, you know, it's not their world. They don't know anything about it. You know what I mean? My friends, like, they're not getting into that. Like,
yeah.
So how it started for me was I was going to South Central Los Angeles to high school, Manual Arts High School, and you know, I was just wilding out, man. Like, those were like the Jackass days where like Jackass was pop. I was just filming, man, doing like crazy stuff with my friends, taking my video camera to school, videotaping fights all the time. Like, and I was known for like just videotaping and just, I was known, like, you know what I'm saying?
You're
like,
the kid who would do that.
Exactly.
Who had the camera.
And I didn't really care much about school, man. Cause you know, we had great teachers, but school was just like bad to where like, I didn't really, like I'm going to graduate, you know, which, I did graduate, but I didn't have that like mentality, like, oh man, I'm going to get straight A's and it's just South Central, bro. It was like the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? And my acting teacher, Bobby Jean, was the one that changed my life, you know, cause he still teaches right here on Wilcox in Santa Monica, Bobby Jean's Actors Clubhouse, for all you guys listening.
There you go.
He was the one that came into my school and did an acting showcase. So it was just one of those who were like, hey, you know, we're skipping first period. We're going to the auditorium to watch a show. And we're like, okay, no first period. You get excited. You go, you don't know what you're to expect. And he went there and he did like an acting show, brought in some actors, and they did like an acting showcase where they involved like, you know, like fake guns. Like, hey, what would you do in this situation? And they're asking the audience, but these actors were great, right? And I remember watching it and like, man, that's so cool, right? And the reason that he would come and do these shows is because he grew up in South Central, and now he
wanted to give that back.
He wanted to give back to the kids, you know. And I remember at the end of that showcase, he was given a scholarship for 3 months free acting school for whoever came in to audition that Saturday at his school. And I was 15 at the time. Wow. And I'm like, man, like, this is my shot. Like, this is my opportunity to dive into that world, you know, to go to acting school. And I did. Like, I went that Saturday. I didn't have a car, so I took the bus.
Were your parents like, and your family supportive of you doing this, or did you tell them that you were going?
I don't really remember, But I want to say that I probably did that on my own. Not that they would like be against, but it was just one of those like, oh, I'm a dreamer. Like I don't want to tell them because they're gonna. Right. I don't know what they're gonna say. So I just went and took the bus and I auditioned. And he was only selecting 10 people to give the scholarship to. So I went with a friend of mine, and he gave us like a Pepsi commercial script, and then he just had everyone that went there act those scripts out, and I was like the 10th kid to get picked, like the last kid to get picked for the 3-month free scholarship. So that's kind of how I started acting, man. Like I started going to his classes, and I was, kind of looking back, like I wasn't the best kid, man. Like I remember we had some kids from my high school that just were naturals. Like, they just have that charisma, the smile was the personality. And I was I wasn't that, you know what I mean? And today, like I think about that because all these kids that I was like, man, they got it, they all quit. Like everybody,
they're not pursuing it to this day.
Yeah, never. Everybody quit, bro. Like they were amazing. I still keep in touch with some of them because they'll hit me up on social media like, dude, that's so cool. I saw you in that commercial. And I'm like, dude, that could have been you. We started like, you know what I'm saying? But they just kind of went and did their thing. But yeah, man, that's where I started, bro. And I'm just happy to still be kind of doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. It's a great start in this industry.
Oh,
I feel.
For sure.
When did you start? Like, so you graduated high school,
right?
When did you start actively now pursuing the actual industry? Like now you got introduced to acting, and you're like, okay, this is how it all works and everything. When did you like start to go out for? You remember like your first audition or anything like that, or your first manager or anything like that?
So the good thing about Bobby Jean's Actors Clubhouse was that he would bring in agents he would have showcases, and then the actors, if you attended his school, he would bring in agents like every 6 months, and he'll do a showcase, and then if the agents were interested in you, they'd give you like an audition to come in, which is one thing that I recommend for people that want to dive into acting is look into like acting schools that offer showcases. Because there's some acting schools. I mean, there's different acting schools. I'm not knocking them, but the ones that I recommend are the ones that actually are connected and bring in agents to give you that opportunity. You get what I'm saying? And that's what he did. So my acting teacher actually gave me my first audition because he had like a few connections, and it was like a PSA, public service announcement, just a small. I was 15 and a half. So it was, literally when I started acting, like he was the one that just gave me my first audition. He had this director named Teron Lexton who went to the LA Film School, and he's like successful now. He was doing his PSA, and he was just like, Christian, I think you'd be good for this. Just go audition. So again, I took the bus to like Santa Monica.
How old were you at the time?
15 and a half.
Oh, still 15.
Yeah. So that was my first audition in life, wow. And I was like, I had that little Cholito look, bald, line up, earrings, and just little bad boy, Cholito look, Latino kid, man. And I went into audition, and I remember it was just like a PSA where it's this bus with all these students, and they're getting busted, and they're hiding the books and everything. And it was, the message was like, 90% of dropouts are criminal. I don't know what the message was at the time. It was like whatever, but we were like playing the good kids that are getting busted for going to school. It was kind of like a weird, I don't know, but I was selected to be the kid that runs out of the bus, and then the cops just ambush me and just like take their guns out, and I get arrested. And so that was my first audition in life, and I remember booking it. You
booked it. You booked your first audition.
That was my first audition in life. Yeah. And then I remember getting a copy of it, and it was in VHS.
Wow! So what year was that?
Yeah, I can't remember. This was like
at VHS.
Let me see. This was at 2000, probably 2000, like 3. I want to say, yeah, because I graduated middle school in 2001. So this was like in high school, like it might have been 11th or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah.
Do you still have that VHS tape?
I don't have that VHS tape. I did have the commercial in like a mini DV, like the old school cameras.
Yeah.
And I might have it. I could show. I mean, I could show it to you if I find it. I might have it
That'd be
somewhere.
great.
I actually do. I have it on a DVD. I think my dad like transferred it to a DVD. I might have it. So I'll let you check that out.
How was it your first time on a set? Then that was your first time on a set as
yeah,
well, right?
Yeah. So again, I didn't drive, and I convinced my mom to take me. You know, and it was in Watts.
And were they concerned? Where your mom was like, "What are you doing? Like, what is this?"
Yeah,
like,
she was
I don't
like,
get it.
She was like, I remember when my mom's always been like supportive and stuff, but both my parents were like doubtful,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm being real. Like they were kind of like,
It's an industry they don't know of.
Yeah,
and
they
like,
don't. So they're like, you're wasting your time. Like, why are you doing this? Like, you should just go to college or go to whatever. But yeah, so my mom drove me to Watts, and I remember she had to like sit there, and it was just like
you're a minor still, and so she has to be there on set with you all day.
She had to be there on set, and we shot, and she, it was a beautiful experience now that I think of it. But I remember my mom still tells me like, "Damn, you guys took a long time to shoot that day." Like she was just like hanging in there, like you could tell she wasn't really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like, it's not her world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I will say this, when that commercial came out, like my parents, man, they kept bragging and you know, telling people. And it's funny how your parents, right, could just change. It's like, okay, we get it now. We get it. Like we see
it's possible.
It's possible. The final product, like boom, you're in a commercial. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And so then after that, I didn't have a job. See, it's like 16, 17, 18, like really weird like years for myself. Cause it's like, man, what am I going to do in life? Like, it's not like you're booking consistently.
Right.
Like, you know
and you're still in high school at the same time.
So you're like, so this was like kind of coming out of high school. It's like, what am I going to do in my life? Like, and I just didn't know, man. And that's how I was like, man, I got to get a job, but I don't want to get like a regular job. Like, you know, that's just, I was like, I want to get something that involves like filming or just being on set.
Yeah.
So that's how I would watch Disney Channel because I had like the hugest crush on Hilary Duff, you know, Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah.
So I would watch these kids in the background and just like, man, like that's a job. Like,
right.
That's like I would love to do that.
So you figured that out yourself, like,
yeah,
wait a minute, that's
myself, dude. Like I didn't know about central casting. Like who in my family or friend, nobody, bro. Yeah. So I just went on the internet and I just looked up extras on Disney Channel, like literally typed that in, and then central casting popped up.
Great.
And it was just, that's how I kind of dove into central casting, you know what I'm saying? And at the time I wasn't SAG, you know, I still was doing like little videos or like non-union, like just whatever. I didn't really know much about the union or, you know, I wasn't really into it. And yeah, dude, I joined central casting and was American Teenager. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, what's her name? Shailene Woodley?
Shailene Woodley, yeah, that's where she started. And we were at Warner's Ranch, you know, Warner Brothers Studios, and it was a brand new show, high school kids, and at the time, I called in, you know, you would just hear. It wasn't it wasn't even like a calling service. I wasn't in the call. I didn't know none of that. So I just called in, and they're like, hey, we're looking for 18 to look younger, high school, new show. And I started working on American Teenager, became a regular, and then just like, they just started handing out AFTRA vouchers at the time.
Great.
So that I just joined AFTRA, and then.
So at the time, SAG and AFTRA wasn't.
They weren't merged yet.
There was two separate unions.
Yeah, they were two separate unions. So I wasn't even SAG, man. Like when they merged, like that's when I kind of just walked into SAG.
Great.
And then like it kind of took off for me because now you're in the big leagues, you know, on the national commercial tip. So
yeah,
and that's really good money. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
it's just like a huge difference. So. Yeah, that's how you got central casting. And eventually, you and I, like, we met there. I remember, because we would just like work on like Casey Undercover or some shows, and yeah, man, it's beautiful memories to look back at the people that we worked with.
Oh yeah,
and then like you and Anissa, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's good memories, bro.
Yeah, it's
great memories.
A lot of fun, and there's that because once you work background, there's that. Regular background crowd, that group that always gets books on all the 18 to look younger shows, and then you make relationships.
Yeah,
you grow.
because the casting directors, like, you know, at Central at the time, they definitely had their people that they're like, okay, Bonbon's, he's great, he has the look, and Christian, and they're always available. So like, you know, so we were there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I know eventually, you know, when you want to step up your career, you got to stop saying no to background.
Oh, of course, yeah. So like, I always, because I it's not like I just started doing background and just started like, yeah, I did figure a lot of things out, but I was already acting before that, like legit acting, like auditioning. So I always saw background, and I say this to anyone that's listening that wants to get into it. Background is just a job.
Yeah, it's
like,
just a job.
Don't expect anything from it.
Right.
You're just an extra.
Yeah.
Like, go and be the best that you can, and it's like free acting class, because you get to see the behind the scenes. You get to learn the ropes, you know, like quiet on set, like, you know, clapping sticks. You get to learn everything for free, but that's just what it is. Like, if you want to make it happen, you have to get an agent, go to acting school, join the union, audition. That's how you make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So
what's been your process, speaking of audition? Now, I know now we live in an age of self-tapes.
Right.
Self-tape after self-tape, doing your own. Right. But what's been your process? What's been your, I guess, journey as far as your approach towards auditioning? Like, when you first audition, how did you prepare for it? And then now, how do you prepare for your auditions today?
Yeah, well, you know, like when I started auditioning, like in my earlier days, like it's obvious for you to get like a little scared, you know, like you're going in, you're new, and you're going in to get judged pretty much, you know. It's a tough field, but like, you know, you have these casting directors sometimes when you get callbacks, directors, like, you know, there, and they're just judging you. Yeah. So I wasn't ready for that. Like, it took years of that for me to just mentally tell myself, hey man, like, have fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would say that's the difference than from before, because even though I booked before, I wasn't really looking at acting like a craft, you know. And the way I see acting today, it's I think the most important thing for me towards acting, just the way I look at it, is like fun, you know. Yeah. Because when you look at acting as a craft, which I wasn't doing earlier, it's like playing a sport that you love, you know. How do you become really good at it? You need practice. You need to, you know, dress the part. You need to practice and just really dive into it to get good at it. And if you see acting like that, if you see it like a craft, and it's a beautiful thing to get to play you get to play anybody's dream, you know. Like, when people that dream about being an astronaut or dream about being like a waiter or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, in acting, you get to become that. You get to play that. And to do your research on a row and really dive into a character, and not only that, man, like on self-tapes too, bro, like to get creative, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just build that world and get into it. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a lot of fun, you know.
Did you say you developed that over time? Did you have a mentor, an acting coach to help you find that? Or you found it yourself after doing it for so long? You know, when you get a self-tape, right, what's kind of like your first step? Like, if it's a theatrical audition, I know depending on the time, sometimes it's quick turnarounds. You have like a day, right? Or maybe you have a weekend. What would be your kind of first thing once you get?
Well, I love self-tapes. The world that we live in today, it's a lot of self-tapes, not only because of COVID, but, you know, a lot of, you know, casting directors, they just sometimes don't have the time, so they'll throw a self-tape at you. And the reason I love it is because you get to do it from home. Yeah. And you get to build that world, you know what I mean? And I've always had a passion for editing and stuff. So self-tapes, man, like, I love them because I get a chance to get creative. And I feel like, you know, every actor is different, but I love to make everything look real. I don't, you know, you get what I'm trying to say?
Sure,
like,
yeah.
Like if you're eating like a McDonald's I just had a call back for a McDonald's commercial.
Dope, dude.
And so this is how I do it, bro. Because like I said, everyone's different.
Of course, everyone has their own approach.
Like, people could imagine a burger. Like I'm like, I legit went to McDonald's, bro. Got like the like the little paper things that they put on the trays and you sit down at, like, I got one of those, and I built my little table here, and I got like a Big Mac, and I legit, bro, like McDonald's out here in my place.
And that got you the call back.
Got me the call, yeah, dude. So I'm like, we had to do like a take where like I'm eating the burger, and I was auditioning with this other girl, and like the other girl just didn't have a burger, she's just like.
So was this on Zoom or was this on?
This was like on Zoom, yeah. So, it's just one of those things too where like you get a chance to be creative or you just don't. Every actor is different, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I love about self-tapes is that I like to bring the realness to the people viewing, because they get to see like the realness. What it's supposed. If you're eating a burger, eat a burger, unless you're vegan, So I don't know, like a vegan burger or something. But yeah, man, self-tapes, they're the thing now. So
you've had some great success, both theatrical and commercial. I want to hear some of your commercial experiences. Like, what's it been like for you to go in for a commercial casting director and to book like you booked a alcohol commercial, haven't you?
Yeah, I've booked a Corona.
We're sipping on Coronas right now, by the way.
Yeah, we're sipping on Coronas during Corona.
During Corona time, yeah.
Yeah. What was your question, Bum? Sorry.
So what was that experience like? What do you bring? What do you feel like you bring that booked you, that Corona commercial?
So for Corona, so first of all, a lot of commercial auditions require improvisation, and it's something that I absolutely love doing, like today. And so that Corona commercial was pretty much like, it was all improv, man. Like, you're walking into a party and just greeting friends, and I went in there and I auditioned with like 3 or 4 other actors, and they're like, all right, pretend you're at a party. And I just, I went in there like, hey, what's up, Kyle? How you doing, bro? Damn it, these some sick shoes, bro. Like, what up, Cassandra? What up? I haven't seen you in a long time, man. You better dance with me right now. We can go and hit this dance floor. And I was just improvising, bro, and just like dancing. And then the director I guess they just felt the personality, like, this is like that party guy. Like, he's greeting everyone, and that's just what landed me that specific shot in Corona. Like, for that one, I was like I guess like going to a party, coming out of an elevator with a Corona 24-pack, and then you had like 4 actors behind me, and I'm just like, yeah. Like, we're crashing a party. So
yeah, and
it's just interesting how they do that, man, because sometimes they have you do all these things, man, and you don't even you hardly do any of those things in the commercial. It's just like 3 seconds or 4 seconds, like a quick shot.
Yeah.
But hey, man, you definitely got to have the charisma and the personality, like I said, if you're, especially in the commercial world, because commercial world, man, you can't be boring, bro. Like, you can't just, hey, I'm Bon. Like, these like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm Bon. Like, what's up? I'm in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, I love commercials, man. Like, I think I've grown a passion for it. Because they're so much fun, man, and financially, man, they've helped me out a lot.
Oh yeah,
like it's not easy to get nationals, man, because it's not,
I mean, the thousands of people they see for that one national.
Yeah, but if you get this is just my take on it, bro. Like, if you get like 2 or 3 a year, like you're set, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Plus those residuals that come in too.
You're set. Like, pretty much. I'm saying when I say set, it's like you're paying your whole year, like rent. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they don't come easy. Now theatrical, bro, is I've done guest stars, man. Like, I was on East Los High, NCIS, Criminal Minds is probably the biggest show I've done. But it's something that I've never really dived into passionately, like, man, films, or I've always kind of done commercials for the most part.
Well, let's talk about Criminal Minds then. What was your approach, and why do you think you booked Criminal Minds?
Oh man, that one, Criminal Minds was definitely the look, bro. Like, and that has a lot to do with it, man, because sometimes when you have the look that they're looking for, it's like game over, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for that one, I remember my agent giving me the audition. It's Criminal Minds. The episode's called The Fallen. Check it out on Netflix.
Yeah, check it out, guys.
Anyways, I think it was season 8, episode 7. Boom, there you go.
There you go.
So I got called in to play Hernandez, yeah, which is this like war veteran. He was in the like Vietnam War and sacrifices himself on a landmine and saves everyone, and he dies, and so I went in to play that character, right? I went in there and did the actions straight up like I'm in war, and I left, you know. That was at Quixote Studios right there in Glendale.
Yeah.
And I left, and
have you gone in for that casting director before, or was this your first time?
that was my first time, yeah. So I left, and I'm on the 5 freeway, and literally like 15 minutes after leaving, my agent calls me and tells me, hey, they want to see you for another character tomorrow. And I'm just like, I got kind of bummed out because, you know, I'm like, oh, man, like,
yeah.
So I didn't get Hernandez, you know? Like,
so how do you remember, like, how many days prior to that audition you got the audition? Like, you had a day to prepare, or do you?
Oh, it was like one day, probably. Like, I got it yesterday and had to go audition a day.
And then do you right away print out the size? Do you start working on it, or do you do backstory? Do you do?
Yeah. So like,
what's your whole approach?
I have you know, friends that I grew up with that joined the Navy. I have some that joined the Army, and some. So one of the friends that I grew up with, he was in the Army, so he taught me how to stand, like properly, how to place my hands, you know, when you salute and stuff. And he pretty much, you know, like Operation Iraq, and then he told me like the names, and, you know, he just gave me some backstory of what he went through or whatever, and so that I was prepared like that. So back to the booking, they had me come in to play Hernandez, like nephew, like in the future, like Hernandez the third.
Okay.
Because they're looking back on him and they're honoring me with the Purple Heart on his behalf because he sacrificed himself. So that was they're like, man, this kid has to look for that. So let's bring him in to play Hernandez the third. And I remember I went, and it was only like 5 of us. Like, I didn't see a bunch. It was just like 5 people. There was like, you know, this scrawny little, like, he looked white, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, he might have been Hispanic. And then there was like kind of like a chubbier kid, and then there was me, man. Like, and I was like bald, like military, like, you know,
got it,
straight like army pants, and I felt like, oh man, I got the look, you know, like over these guys. You just kind of tell yourself that. When I walked into the room, that was probably one of the scariest times that I've been it's probably the scariest audition I've been to in my life. I'm not gonna say, actually, it is. I walk in, there's like 10 people in there.
In the room, yeah.
No bullshit.
Wow.
Like 10 people, bro. It was like, I'm guessing the producer, director, casting director, screen supervisor, I don't know. There's like the whole fucking gang, bro.
Right.
And then my heart's just like boom, 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 boom. Like, just, I'm like, man, dude, you know, it's just terrifying, bro. And so they're just like, oh, you know, like, blah, 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 you know, are you familiar with the military, or do you have any? I was like, oh, yeah, I have like family in it, you know, my brother, like, blah, blah. I started making that up. I had friends that, oh, my brother's in the Army, and blah, blah, blah. And then they just had me do like the stand and then say my lines, you know, like they're greeting me with the medal, and I'm like, oh, thank you, sir. And I'm just like happy, smiling, but I'm just like legit. Like, when I stood, like, I had to legit, like, it was a Marine, so legit Marine stands, and yeah, dude. And then I didn't hear anything for 2 weeks, man. I was in Vegas.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, man. Bro. Yeah, I was in Vegas with my friends. I don't know, it was a friend's birthday, and then I finally got a call from my agent. So I think like the issue was that my agent was negotiating my day rate.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think they wanted to give me standard like SAG at the time. I don't know. It was like, at the time it was like probably 7 something, 6 something. I don't know.
For the day.
Like for the day rate.
Yeah.
And he got me like 1,300 or something
for
the day. And yeah, man. So that was my experience with that.
Do you, when you audition, do you hold on to those auditions, or do you let it go? Do you just like forget about, or for that one where you're like, damn, I wonder if I'm ever gonna hear back on that one?
You mean like it's hard to put an audition behind you, because sometimes when you read a script or there's a project that you fall in love with, you're just like, man, I really want to do this. I really want to be the person to do this. So it's hard to like put it behind you, but I do tend to put a lot of, just because of my experience, like I put a lot of auditions behind me, like because on my, you know, in your earlier days, rejection, it really gets to you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you work so hard at an audition and you just do brilliantly. You kill it, and you just you convince yourself like, oh, I got this, you know? And then you just never hear from them again. Like, you don't get it. So you have to mentally prepare yourself for rejection. So I've learned, you know, to just do your best and just move on. You know what I'm saying? You get the call, you get the call. If you don't, you don't. And it's not you, man. It's not you. It's just, it could be like, sometimes they're looking for a specific look. Sometimes they change their mind. Like, hey, like, let's not make him Latino. Let's make him African American. Like you just never know. So you know, you learn this like with experience. So today, man, like I just do my best, and it brings me joy to just know that I did my best and just move on, bro. That's it. You know, put it behind you. So
that's awesome, dude. Man, so much fun, so much there, dude. So much to what goes into this world, this industry that we're pursuing. But from all of that, you wrote a book. You wrote a book.
I did.
On all of this.
Yes. Yeah, man.
What was that like? What even got you inspired to write a book?
Yeah, so, you know, again, you and I are both Angelinos, man, and just kind of being from LA and, you know, starting acting at an earlier age and just doing it all, man. Like from like, you know, like just stand-in, background, principal, auditions, agent, like acting, just doing everything and learning everything. Yeah. Which is a hard thing to do if you're starting. I just felt like I had all this knowledge, man. Like this knowledge that not every actor has, you know,
that you didn't even have.
There's a lot of actors that you know, don't do it all. They just do like auditions, you know, they don't. You know, there's like LA casting actors, like websites that you have an agent, but you can't rely on there's a lot of things to learn, man. And I remember getting multiple messages from strangers, even on Facebook, man. Like on Facebook, like, hey, Christian, I don't know you, but I know you see you're into acting. My cousin's moving from Texas. Like, do you have any advice? And I would just get a lot of those random messages, and sometimes from friends that wanted to get their, like, and all this stuff, you know, and it was just like, man, I know it sounds, you know, but I want to say, like, it was something, bro. Like, I'm a firm believer in God, man. So I feel like God was the one that just one day, man, I just woke up and I just told myself, like, you're going to write a book. Yeah. And it was like, and I knew exactly, bro. I've never been so sure of anything in my life, Bonbon. I knew exactly what I was going to put into that book. And it was just probably one of the hardest journeys that I've ever done in my life. Because, again, who do I know that's published a book? Yeah. Who do I know that's written a book? Like, it's a process, bro. Yeah. It's a process, dude. So, but I was convinced, like, man, this book is going to be special. Like, I was convinced, like, there's no book out there updated. Like, most of these books that I was reading on how to start acting and just like breaking everything down from like auditioning to agents to how to get an agent to how to join the everything. There wasn't a book the one I was thinking of making, man, which I created, thank God. But and then most of I wanted to incorporate photos too, like colored photos, because I was, you know, I would go to Barnes and Noble and I did my research, man. I was looking at the books and most of the pictures were black and white and just outdated, and I'm just like, dude, like, I'm gonna do this, and I did it, bro. Like, it was you know, it was hard, man. It was hard. You know, just writing the book wasn't that hard. Just the process of publishing the book, man. What goes into like creating it, like, you know, just like the ink colors on the book cover have to be a certain way for Barnes and Noble to accept them, and just you know, on the spiral you got to have like an imprint logo for Barnes and Noble to accept them, and it's just like you got to get into the Library of Congress and just check it, just copywriting, just all that stuff, man. And yeah, man. So,
and you figured that out on your own? Did you?
Dude. I did everything. Like, I had a friend named Ben who had a friend who like released like a meditation book. So he pretty much like gave me just info. Everything else I figured out, but he gave me info on how to get my book professionally edited. because even though I'm like, I like to think of myself as an amazing writer, like my grammar and stuff, but it doesn't mean that I write on an author level. Like I'm not a writer, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get my book professionally edited. Like I pretty much worded everything and then just like got it edited, which I think helped my book a lot, you know? And what also helped my book a lot was the endorsements, man. So I reached out to Noel G, one of my boys. You know, he plays Hector and, you know, Hector in Fast and Furious.
Oh,
and
okay,
just,
okay.
like, he's like in every Cholo movie with the biggest A-list actors. So he wrote me an endorsement. And then my acting teacher, Efren Ramirez, who played Pedro in Napoleon Dynamite, he was one of my acting teachers.
Oh, yes,
you know, so Efren wrote me an endorsement. And I think those endorsements like gave my book like that power for people to like
a credibility.
Yeah,
almost.
that credibility, man. So just because you want to write a book, it doesn't mean that it's gonna get picked up, bro. That's what I learned. So when I self-published my book and put it out there through this company called Ingram Spark, it literally took probably like a month later of like releasing it and then promoting it myself, telling my friends, hey, like I released this book. You know, the first one to pick it up was Amazon. They listed it on their website. Dope. And then I saw Target listed it on their website. Then I saw Walmart listed on their website. And then Barnes & Noble listed on their website. So, dude, that was, to me, man, it's a huge win, man. Like, I was really, I was proud of myself, man. I was happy because, like I said, I'm just a kid from Central LA, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
dude.
It's a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
That's awesome, bro. So where can everyone get your book right now? So
my book is called Acting Today, A Guide to Hollywood's New Era. And it's available online pretty much everywhere. If you look it up, you could even look at my name, Christian Andre Campos. But the book's called Acting Today, obviously. I mean, you can get it on Amazon, you know what I'm saying, Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart. And those are like the big ones. You know,
that's super dope. Do you get residual? I'm sure you get residuals off of each book, or do you kind of just...
Yeah, so pretty much how it works is like you get like a percentage. So like I publish through Ingram Spark, you know, which is this company, and they are the ones that print out the book and send it out. So they take commission on that, and then they'll just send you like the remaining balance, you know. Gotcha. So I mean, it's out there, man. It's a beautiful feeling to know that you know the book is out there. Like it's gonna be there forever, man. It's just like. It's like I did what I did. Like, that makes me feel happy, bro. Like,
it's like your blueprint on this planet.
As a Latino, man, a Latino, and my family's name, Campos, you know, in it, like Christian, you know, it's a blessing, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Congrats on that, dude.
Thank you.
That's fucking awesome, bro, to hear. A book, bro.
Super
dope. Do you have like a manager for the book or anything like that, or an agent for the book? Or
no, man,
it's all self-published.
It was
all
me.
you.
It was on me, and the reason I decided to self-publish it because I could have reached out to like publishing like places, you know what I'm saying, like big names and stuff, but I had talked to someone that had actually, that friend of a friend that I was telling you about. Like he pretty much told me that when he released that book, the meditation book that he wrote, that he went through a company and they pretty much it became like 40% his, and they just stole some of his ideas and incorporated another meditation book, and then they reworded some stuff, and I didn't want that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted my book to be 100%, you know, 100% what I was gonna put into it, no bullshit, just straight to the point, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's why I self-published. Yeah.
Oh, dope, dude.
Yeah.
Well, with agents and managers, what's been your experience like within your acting career, as far as navigating with getting an agent, talking to an agent, conforming to whatever they want you to do or how they want you to look? Have you experienced anything like that?
Not really, man. I've been with my agent for like probably 14 years.
That's a long time, 14, dude. 14 years to be with an agent. Like you weren't agent hopping or anything like that. You stuck with this guy.
Yeah. Well, I had like an agent before my agent Michael that ended up the first agent I got was through a showcase at my acting school. And she ended up dropping me, man. Like I don't know.
You know why?
I don't remember why, man. I don't know if I wasn't booking or it was something to where like she just like like ended up dropping me. And
How did you feel when that happened?
oh, it was like kind of a reality check of just, okay, like this could happen. And then it was kind of like, oh man, like, it was like kind of sad, I was a little sad, but then I found my agent, and he just right off the bat, like my Latino little look that I had.
Gotcha.
I was always bald, dude, like always bald with the lineup and just clean cut. So I had I have hair now, but so like my agent like just took a chance on me, man. And at the time I was non-union, man. So not, like if you look today, it's hard, man. Like agents, it's not likely for them to sign you if you're non-union. Like they want you to be in the union, like ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So he took a chance with me when I was non-union, and he's been good to me, man. So I've been with him since till today. You know what I'm saying? And like I always tell, here's an advice that I have for anybody aspiring to be an actor. Like, just don't be picky, man. Like, that's just at least my mentality, because I feel like I've met a lot of people that say, no, like they start aiming for the big agencies. And it's like, dude, like at the end of the day, whether you're in a boutique agency or a big name agency, if they fucking want you, they want you. Mm-hmm. That's it. Like, who gives a shit if you're in a boutique or a big, like, what matters is for you to get into the door and do your thing. That's it. So I would say don't be picky. You know what I'm saying? Unless you already have like credibility and a lot to show, then you could
step your game up a little bit.
You could step your game up, hop around, or just do your thing, But if you're like an aspiring actor, like don't do that. And another thing I would say is, don't rely on your agent. Like I've noticed that a lot of actors sit on their ass and they just wait for auditions, and it's like, no, man. There's like actors' websites that you could just constantly be grinding in, and I think it's a teamwork, man. It's 50-50 with your agent. So if you book like a lot of agents, what they do is when you sign with them, they test you. They have their clients that are booking left and right. Those are like their priority. So they'll throw auditions at you, and if you're not booking, then they're more likely to kind of forget about you and throw auditions every now and then. So what I did for that when I started experiencing that is I started booking gigs myself, like on actors' websites like LA Casting, Actors Access, and Casting Frontier. I started booking stuff and calling my agents, like, hey, I just booked this. And then they took a step back, like, whoa, Christian's like grinding.
Yeah, he's on his own.
So
he's doing this.
and he's like keeping us in mind. And then I noticed that right away they started throwing more auditions to me, like boom, 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 boom. So that's just another thing, man. Another advice that I have for anyone out there looking to kick off their career in acting.
Yeah, man. Have you booked anything recently in this age of COVID?
Yeah, man. I had a Vallarta. I booked a Vallarta. We have Vallarta supermarkets right here in the valley, man.
Yeah.
So so that's the last thing I shot, man.
What was your experience? What was it like on set? Because of COVID and everything.
Actually, that was not the last shot. I just shot a AT&T with Sofia Vergara.
Oh, that's cool, man. Hell yeah.
Man. That was a 12/31, December 31. Like right before like the
end of the year.
Actually 12/30, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Maybe, yeah.
So what was it like on set? Because I know she's with big stars. They kind of keep them separated, especially now in COVID era.
Yeah, I didn't know, bro.
You didn't even know she was going to be on set?
Man,
you just booked, I booked an AT&T commercial. Dope.
Dude, it was like Latino family. I'm like the nephew. We're just partying.
Is that out yet? Or has
no, man, it's not out yet, dude. Okay. So I don't know.
We'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I hope I make the cut, man.
That happened. That's real. It
happens like, but yeah, we're like celebrating, and she comes in and we have like we had an actress who I'm not supposed to really be talking about.
No, don't. Tell me after.
But anyway, Sofia Vergara, man, she's stunning, man.
Yeah,
she's stunning, man. I was like, what the? When I saw her, like, I did not expect that,
Yeah.
And I know who she is, like Modern Family and stuff, and that was a great experience, And then like before that, I shot a Vallarta supermarkets commercial, so that one was fun.
Cool.
That one was like improv too.
So all masked up, everyone on set, everyone keeping their distance.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
How do you think? Do you think it's really changed prior to COVID? Like, cause on a set, everyone at the crafty table doing their own thing, but then now,
dude, it's crazy, man. Like, you know, I'm just gonna tell you this story, but
Yeah.
So for that commercial that I'm telling you with Sophia,
Yeah.
we originally supposed to shoot. Well, we were on set, like, you know, here in the Valley, on location. It was December 23rd, I believe, and dude, like, they were just taking long, man, and we're like, what's going on? You know?
Yeah.
What's going on? We're sitting down, and then like the director comes and says that someone wasn't feeling well and tested positive for COVID, man. And then we were like, what the hell, you know? And we had kids on set too, man.
Oh man.
And then they didn't say who tested.
Yeah.
But you know, it was definitely production, like someone from and that person who they they didn't say was around some of the other leads, and then it was just like, dude, it was like what the. And then they shut it down, bro. That's pretty much.
They shut down
everything,
the day
bro.
of.
Yeah, dude.
How many hours were you in?
We were there probably like 4 hours. 4
hours in.
Yeah.
Oh
dude.
my god.
Yeah. So
dude.
then
So wait, did they get enough to make the commercial?
No,
least?
they didn't. They hadn't even shot anything, man.
Oh
yeah.
shit.
So long story
dude.
short, dude, we got paid, obviously getting paid
to get your day rate, right?
And and then they just recalled us, and we shot that at the end of the last year.
So they did reshoots.
Oh yeah,
cool.
yeah. But following that day, like we had a COVID like person on set.
Yeah,
amazing. She was amazing, and she was really attentive and really, sometimes it gets kind of annoying. It's like you're drinking coffee, like, hey, put your mask on. Put your mask on. I'm taking a sip, But you have to be understanding too. You know what I'm saying? It's weird times that we're going through, and we did get a follow-up email saying, hey, like specific names, like you guys weren't around this person, you guys are good, like you're clear, And then we had to take like 2 tests when we came back. Like we had to take one like today, and then when we actually shot, we had to take one in the morning, like a rapid test, and sit in our cars for an hour while they approved it. Then we were allowed to get on the shuttle to go to shoot it.
That's wild.
So
dude.
Yeah, dude, wild, man. It's so interesting times, man. Interesting times, but it's experiences, man. Safety first.
Safety first, and it's keeping it going too. People are still going. It's hard, like. It's out there, bro. Like this whole COVID thing, this now Omicron out there.
Oh, yeah. We got Megatron. We got all kinds of things, man.
It's hard to escape it, man. I know we just had Christmas. And I know that Christmas and New Year's, a lot of people got it after. I know my whole family went through it for sure.
Oh, man.
Trying to get together for the holidays. It's hard to not get it.
Right.
I remember when the beginning of COVID happened, it was like, oh, do you even know anybody who has it?
Right.
And then now it's like, oh no, yeah, someone who's got it.
Yeah, no, same here, man. I was, I've always been skeptical. Like you say jump, I won't jump. I'm like, like let me see first,
Yeah.
So I've always been like that, and I do like, I feel like if you really look into it, it's common sense, man, that the media kind of they overdo things sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So it's I get it. Like the paranoia, it's out there, dude. But like you said, man, at first I was kind of like kind of sketchy about it, but then I had friends actually getting it, and I actually got sick in March 2020, and I just never went to test because shit was just too crazy. Sure. But I was sick like I've never been before, like my lungs and just everything.
Yeah.
And today I've had friends test positive for it and have gone sick. So, which actually made me actually go get vaccinated, man. I went and I got vaccinated, and to each their own, bro.
Sure.
Man, love, but as far as acting goes, man, like, man, it's definitely opened up opportunities for me, man. Because now, like on set, bro, like they're being really on top of that.
They need you now. You need to be vaccinated.
Like be safe, and just they're just paying you to, even if you're vaccinated, you still got to go take a COVID test, and they'll pay for it. And it's just and it is what it is, man. Like
Yeah. So man, what's on the horizon for you, man? What are you trying to do in the next few years? This year, I know it's a brand new year. Yeah. I know we're still in this pandemic, but What's on the horizon for you, dude?
Well, I asked God for a girlfriend, man. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang out with. Yeah.
I'm partially looking.
You going out on any dates now? You doing Tinder? You do Bumble? You do that stuff?
Man, no. I'm a little bit more old fashioned, man. Like I really enjoy me time. So I go to bars by myself, man. And I'll have like lunch by myself. I'll go to the movies by myself, and you know, I usually converse with strangers, man. Like I like meeting people like casually. So I've never had like any issues meeting people and stuff. But yeah, man. Like I have a lot of friends on dating apps, but it's just I tried one time. Like I was drunk, man. I was like, oh, screw it. We're in a pandemic.
Start swiping.
And it was weird, man. Like I don't know, man. Like it just wasn't for me, Bon. So
do you think that's like judging on a whole nother level? You know, I know when I imagine like casting directors are just like looking at our headshots, like no, swipe. That's the dating scene right there, just swiping yes.
Yeah,
yes,
it is.
just based off a photo.
Yeah.
Based off of photo, you're just like, yeah, this person.
Yeah, this person isn't showing their body.
Yeah.
What do they have to hide?
Exactly. Nope. Swipe left.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's my love life sucks right now, bro. Because we're in a pandemic, man.
Yeah.
I'm just always home, and I try to get out of the house, but I don't know, man. It's just it's weird times, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weird times, bro.
Do you got any projects lined up or anything? Any passion projects you're trying to do?
Not really, man. I'm just there's something about this year. It's something about the energy, bro. That just since we kicked it off, bro. I've been smiling, man. Like I'm just so excited to self tape, man. And
okay, cool.
And just I'm good to go, man. Like I elevated my game team, man. Like I got these soft boxes.
Yeah,
right
I see
here.
that. I see those soft boxes.
I got some backdrops, man.
Cool.
You know, like different colors and yeah, man. I'm just excited, man. Like to just go and give it my absolute best, bro. With every audition I get, and that's it, man. Let's see what this year brings for me, man.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Christian, dude, thanks so much for doing this, bro. This was a cool time.
Yeah, dude.
This was a cool convo going on, and
damn, we go back, bro.
We go back.
I got mad love for you, bro. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so
dude.
happy for you and Anissa, man. So
thanks, dude. Yeah, Anissa's been crushing it right now.
I see that. Yeah, I see that, man. She definitely has a look, man. The personality and just she's definitely unique, I would say. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good for her, man.
Yeah, it's been awesome too because we've been together. It's just us two together and working on each other's self tapes, and it's upping our self tapes together,
dude. And you're both like artists, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. Like, I'm not like, you know, like if I could be with a partner, like I just feel like artists, man. Like we get it.
Yeah, you get each other. Like you get like, all right, you need to give that person. All right, one of us got a self tape. Asides, go print it.
Right.
Leave you alone. Go do it. Go figure it out. All right, now you ready to tape? Let's go tape.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
Let's go tape.
And then, you know, give them notes if they want notes or advice or get creative together.
Yeah, and it's been cool because for us, because we got together when we were pretty young, 21. It's pretty young, and now we're 27.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And so building that and then really doing the industry together. And when you're 21, I think you're now a little bit older and you've got some experience, not too much, but to grow together and to create that feedback. I wonder what it'd be like though, because now I wonder if it would be different if Anissa and I were to get together today, because now it would have been like, all right, she has her own style of doing her own approach, her own way of doing it.
Right.
Now it's like, oh, you can't tell me what to do, you know.
Right.
Opposed to building it together.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's just the relationships in general, probably.
Yeah.
I would think.
Of course, yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, you know, what's a relationship without challenges, man? But as long as you're there for each other and just respect each other, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You guys definitely are perfect for each other, man.
Thanks,
like
dude.
it's a beautiful thing, man. I see you guys and I'm rooting for you guys, and I definitely am sending waves of positive energy towards your lives, and I'm excited to see, you know, bookings, man, and just life, man, and a baby. You know, I know you got a fur baby.
We got a fur baby.
Yeah, maybe a baby in the future. You know, that'd be a blessing. You know. Bon's like, no, we're still practicing.
We're cool with our fur baby, our Roo.
Yeah. Or not, man. Like I said, you know,
exactly.
I feel like we're living in a a different era, man. And